Do you have a comeback story? Do you have a trauma that you've overcame? How do you feel about writing about it? What about joining a #1 best-selling author in his #1 best-selling Start Over Movement book? You do a chapter, talk about your story. It's actually quite healing to do writing about your traumas and then publishing it in this. And you also have options for having speaking engagements and traveling around the world. It's a really exciting movement, and also has a growing community of like-minded people. I've made all kinds of friends from all over the world joining this movement. It's been very exciting. I have some people that are going to join me today, and I see one right now. Oh, did she? Hang on. It's not working. Can you request it? Oh, there you are. Yay! All right.
Hi.
So we're supposed to have also today Anna and Amanda. They didn't respond on the WhatsApp, so I'm just going to wait and see if they request to join.
Okay, we
And
can
maybe
chat
while
then.
we're waiting, you're going to be at the next live in Sydney, Australia. And is that next week?
It's Saturday, yes, next Saturday. So
That's
six more,
exciting. And
six more
and
sleeps.
is this your first time to speak as well?
At one of the Start Over events, yes, it is. Yeah, so I'm really
Um,
excited, and there's a great lineup of different co-authors, and obviously Marco himself. So it's going to be fabulous. Yeah, really excited.
That's exciting. And I see he's released the next list for all the lives next year. I've signed up for a
Yeah,
couple. I
yeah,
don't know. I
yeah,
didn't want to be greedy. So I didn't know how many can we sign up for because I like to travel, right? So
yeah. I don't know. I'm not
guess we'll
sure
see
about
how
that
that
because
goes. Hmm.
and everything's growing so much. So I think the live events are just going to get bigger and bigger.
Yes.
And you know, it's making just 2 seconds ago before I was in this live. I just saw a video that was posted from the Toronto event from one of the ladies, giving, talking about how amazing the event was and how amazing the stories were. So yeah, it's going to be really fabulous to experience that in Sydney next week.
That's the one that I was at where I met Sir Michael, and I touched him 3 times to make sure he was okay. You're real. You're not AI. So I'm
Yeah,
very
he's
excited
real.
about that. Yes. Well, I don't
Yeah.
see our. I don't think if you're supposed to be on this live, if you are Anna or Amanda, just push request to join. But that is really exciting about the whole Sydney event. I wish I could come because Australia is definitely on my bucket list for sure.
Oh well, maybe next year. I think next year he's holding it in the Gold Coast, so that's a bit further north. The weather's always beautiful in the Gold Coast, pretty much
He
most of
put
the
the
time.
Gold
So
Coast. Does that mean that's Australia? I don't
yeah, Gold
understand the
Coast, Gold
lingo.
Coast. Yeah. So the Gold Coast it's a funny thing really because I'm from Blackpool in England, which is a big holiday resort and really busy. And the Gold Coast, I guess, is sort of that's probably unfair to say it's the equivalent, but it's a really busy like place where people go for holidays, and the coast around there is good for surf, and it's really lovely. So it's very holiday vibe.
That's very cool. And then now also with the course, like with what we've signed up for writing the book, we also get all this marketing training and whatnot. Has that affected your business yet or not? Like you're
Oh,
learning so much.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I know I signed up.
absolutely.
I signed up with you because I met you
Well,
on here.
I
I'm very
wasn't going to mention
excited.
that, but
Oh
you
yeah, no,
can.
I don't mind at all. I'm fighting menopause head on. I needed help, and you were like, "Oh, I need you."
Yes. Oh well, I'm very privileged, better than you. But yeah, and it's just really the guidance we get around promoting ourselves on Instagram because I'm 52. I think we're more or less the same age, and I spent 20 years in education. I've got computer skills in specific things like timetabling software and that kind of thing, but I just really only use technology when I needed it. So I deliberately had never been on social media because I didn't want my private life in the public view. So I started my Instagram account on the 27th of December 2024.
Okay.
And it has been like the steepest learning curve ever to try and learn how to do all of that, which I'm sure you can identify with. So it's really helpful that we get a class every week with Marco, because he
Right.
sort of guides us through and helps us. And what is really key is, you know, speaking to your client, and exactly like you said, I've seen that, I want to work with her, and you know, he gives us so much guidance and he's got so much knowledge.
He is.
He's just next level.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. I've been very appreciative of all the training that I'm getting. I'm just really excited to learn. I'm like a sponge right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we also do like the book readings. So once you write your chapter, because have you started your chapter yet, Denise?
I submitted my whole book. Like I said,
Oh yeah,
because my
okay.
book wasn't a big book. And I
Yeah.
actually got good news today. I got my, what do you call it, the PCN number from the Library of Congress in the
Oh,
US.
great,
So they are
great,
actually putting my individual book into print right now. So it's going to be available
amazing.
really soon. I'm very excited about that.
Oh, that's
Terrified
fabulous.
and excited at the same time because it's a true crime memoir that nobody knows about and anybody around me and stuff. So I'm like, whew, and I'm ready. I'm totally cool talking about it online and in front of strangers. It's the community that makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds exciting. I'll look
Yeah.
out for a copy. Look out for a copy.
Oh
But
yeah, I'll be posting I'll be marketing like crazy all over my all my socials because I post on all my socials across every day.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. Me too. Nah, that's a big job at
Are
the
you
moment.
are
But
you on Facebook and TikTok? We should follow each other. And to interrupt anybody watching this, if you're not following either of us, if you could give us a follow, and if you have the Start Over movement in your bio, I will also follow you back. So we're trying to help everybody get their followers up to 1,000, so everybody can do their own lives.
yeah,
And if you're interested in what we're talking about, want to learn more information, whether this is the live or the replay, put book in the comments, and we'll get you a message from Sir Marco himself.
yeah. So maybe we should talk about the process of the book. I think I'm kind of
Yeah.
either end from you. I've finished. I've done my chapter, and so we write
I
a
don't know what to
chapter.
expect.
We go through a process, and you know, a lot of feedback, and you know, Marco checks all of them himself and gives feedback. So that's great. So that's finished, and got all my author photos. This is where it kind of gets real when you have to write a bio,
Right.
and it's very exciting. But I think it's just really important in these books. There's 14 co-authors per book. So Sir Marco writes the first chapter, and each one is different from him. A little bit of a chapter of his life, which is he's got lots of stories to share. And then
Yeah.
there's 14 other authors in the book, and we all write a chapter. So the chapter is essentially our story, our start over story. You know, in the books start over how to make any loss into an unstoppable comeback. So the books are really great, and I think you experienced the stories live in Toronto, and
I
there's some
did.
really
And
inspirational
this is
stories
what the
out there.
book looks like here. This is volume 6. I don't know how to turn my inverter on this app on TikTok. I'm a pro. I can turn the inverter on so you can read this all, but I don't know how to do that on Instagram. But this is the book. You can get it on Amazon, and it has amazing stories of these comebacks on there.
Yeah,
Things that
yeah,
massive things people have overcome, and the people I've interviewed, I had this has been great doing these lives as well, getting me practice up to do like interviews on podcasts and stuff like that. And I met I think Kathy, she's watching right now, or she was. I met her, and her story I couldn't hold back. She made me emotional. It's hard to
yeah,
hold back your emotions because these stories are so impactful.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But it's
totally.
so worth the read and joining this movement and meeting all these people, because I'm meeting so many people, and I really am loving meeting all these unique individuals from all over the world. When you talk to somebody, I'm like, what is your time zone?
Yeah, yeah. So, what
Yeah.
would you say has been the biggest impact for you from you know, being involved so far?
Well, meeting the community of people, because everybody is so just very attentive and kind. Everybody that works for Start Over Movement, amazing. Sir Marco himself, between like his energy, I feel like it's rubbing off on me. Like I'm so energetic, like I can't catch my breath sometimes because I'm so excited for my future. And like I've been excited for my future for a while, but now it's like my vibration is just going up higher and higher. And I know being around him and his vibes like that, and then everybody that works with them, everybody's really high vibe, and it just helps bring your energy up as well. I'm all about the
Absolutely.
energy,
Yeah.
right? And it's
Yeah.
really, the energy is really affecting me
Yeah. And I think,
in a positive way.
yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of the key things as well, is that so many people have come to this and they've got to a point in their life where they're so low and they just don't know what to do. They don't know how to get out of it. And they've had to really dig deep and turn things around. And many of the authors, I know we've spoken about this before, have like a spiritual awakening and just come up and see a completely different pathway for themselves, you know, like moving forward. So that energy is there, and you know everyone's supportive of each other, and yeah, it's really great to be involved. Like, you know, part of my story, I was on leave from work a long time, and I was very isolated. And you know, most people actually talk about COVID and how awful it was, and I know it was really awful for many people around the world. But for me, actually, it was great because I'd been at home for like maybe a couple of years on sick leave with chronic pain, and then my husband had to work at home every day, and we weren't, you know, I had
So you
company.
weren't
It was
alone
amazing.
anymore.
So I'm actually one of the few people who got a fairly positive experience out of the whole thing. But I think the reason I kind of brought that up as well is it brought everyone to realise that there's more to life than just work or just this or just that. And we kind of, I feel like there's been a big shift in the world in kind of that awareness through that
Mm,
process. But that's, you know, we're experiencing that with the other co-authors as well, because they've had, you know, everyone's had a very unique but challenging journey, and you know, been able to find their way out of it and start over.
right. Yes. And then also joining this movement, like we said about how it affected your business, because Sir Marco is I was going to say a comedian, because he is a celebrity. Starts with a C. He's funny. But with his celebrity status and all his followers and everything, how much it can be impactful for you being able to be seen. I'm hoping to be able to sell some of my individual book more because I'm tied to a number one best-selling author, right? Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of benefits from coming aboard for exposure around the world.
Yeah, and I think what he speaks about as well is, you know, this, we're kind of in a time where it's the rise of the personal brand, because people have had years of things like COVID, you know, isolation. Everything's become very automated, and people actually are seeking that human connection. So
Right.
personal brand is really key moving forward, and it's, you know, tipped by a lot of big experts, Marco, Tony Robbins, you know, Russell Brunson. It's out there for people to take their business in that direction. And of course, being a co-author or an author in a book really cements you as a leader in your field. And you know, we've got the chance to be a number one best-selling author because every single book, he's published 6 books in this series
Right.
so far, and every single one has gone to number one. So it's a very exciting thing to be involved in, and for anyone who's got a story, then you know it can be a great opportunity, not just to bring your business forward, but also to actually writing the book and going through that process is quite cathartic and healing in itself.
Right.
And so, you know, it's kind of shaping us and helping us to be even better versions of ourselves than we are.
And I didn't understand the branding. And after our marketing course last week, since then, I have been utilizing my AI. I've been working on my personal branding and working on my website that I've been frustrated with for months. I've been like stuck because I just don't have anybody to ask. You know what I mean? And I don't trust to ask anybody on the internet because you can't ask anybody on the internet anything because they're all
Yeah,
scammers, or at least in my life. So yeah, this has been wonderful. I've got so much work done today. I was so excited. I got a new logo and I got my tagline. I have all kinds of different things, and it's all because of my first marketing class last Wednesday.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So good.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just great, and I kind of gone all out with my personal brand because my brand is my name, so um, it's
Right.
about as personal as it can get.
Right.
It's quite a unique name though, so that's why I actually went to a guy a couple of years ago, and he's a designer, and I was like, come up with all these business ideas, and given the background of me never being on socials, keeping myself private because I was in teaching, you know, and he said, I said, oh, I've got these ideas, and he said, have you thought about using your name? I was like, no, of course not. And he
So
was
is
like,
that
I
your
really think you
Instagram
should.
name as well then? What
Yeah,
is it? It's
Kirsten
Kirsten.
Stengel. Yeah, Stengel. Yeah,
Okay.
that's my name. So that's my
And it looks like
that.
Angel. And it looks like Angel. When
Oh,
I see it, I see Kristen Angel.
oh, do you? Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
That's
I'll
why I'm
take
asking
that.
you
That's
how to, like, I
beautiful.
wanted to hear how you pronounce it.
It's
So I didn't want
Stengel.
to.
Yeah, it's a German origin name. So I think in
Oh,
German
okay.
it's more like Stengel, but it's Stengel. Yeah, but a lot of people pronounce it Stengel because in English they can't kind of thing. And I've been running into like this whole thing recently. It never happened to me for a long time, and then I give my email out to people, which is obviously Kirsten Stengel, and then I spell my name and I go Kersten, and they go yep, and I go Sten. They go no, I've got that bit, and I'm like yep, it's okay, you need it again. It's my surname as well. so, so we have a lot of fun with trying to explain, and it's an unusual spelling and blah
Right.
blah. But I suppose it's unique is good, hey?
It is. And well, it stands out, and then people don't forget your name. What was that her name
Yeah,
again? Oh, yeah.
yeah, exactly. When you've got it, you've got it. So that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, awesome. So, and you've been planning. So, you've not started your chapter yet. You
I
working on that
sent
soon?
I sent him my book, so I'm waiting on feedback from that. Hopefully it's not too brutal because it's my actual book's going to print now. But yeah, no, I sent him that, and then I just know there's some stuff that I can have the meat and potatoes of that book and add some stuff before and after.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah.
great, great.
And then I
great.
might even do a whole other thing. I don't know. I'm waiting to see what he says because I'm 52. I've had so many different life experiences. Um, I just I can't. I don't know where my other phone is, but I came up with a description of business because I didn't know how to describe what I did online, and so AI helped me with that today. See if I can find it real quick. But it really this has really helped me a lot. So, intuitive healing and transformation guide. Because I used to say that I did readings, but I don't do readings. It's not. Sometimes I pull cards at the end to give like guidance and whatnot, but other than the conversation. So, the AI stuff is, and all these marketing classes, I just kind of went squirrel over here, and I don't remember what the original question was. I was just super excited. I got to write this out so I remember what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe I'll talk about Sydney again. We can
Yes, yes, we
plug
need
Sydney.
to make sure people know
Yeah,
about
so
that.
that's on Saturday, 22nd of November. So that's this coming Saturday, and we'll be at Sydney in the city. So anyone who wants to come along, you can jump on. If we can probably put the link up in here, and or if people head to my Instagram, I've got lots of information on there as well. But yeah, basically it's an event. There's I think 10 speakers, 10 of us speaking, all with different stories, and it's such a transformational event because I think people come from all walks of life, and are able to see, they can appreciate all the stories, but there might be one or two that resonate with them the most. And I think this is where this movement is making a difference to people. They can see that, you know, that if they're having a challenge or into a really challenging time, they can actually see someone that's navigated that challenge and come through it the other side, which is, you know, really gives people hope, I think. So we'll
Absolutely.
be there. That's on Saturday. Tickets are selling pretty fast, and I believe there's also a super VIP experience with a dinner, where you can actually have a mentoring dinner with Marco. But that's very limited places, and I think that's almost sold out. So if anyone
I
wants
missed
to,
out on that in Toronto because I didn't sign up for it right away. So yeah,
yeah,
if you want to
yeah,
go, sign up right away because it is limited seats. They're not joking.
yeah, that's true. It's very limited. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, and I think we're doing some other things as well. I think we'll be recording. He's going to be recording some podcasts and things. So we've got lots happening in Sydney this weekend, and it's going to be really exciting to
What
meet the
is
other
the date?
co-authors.
What is the actual date? Because who knows when people are going to see
20,
this recording.
22nd
Okay.
of November,
Okay, perfect. And we're in
um,
2025 right now, just because this is
10
going to
o'clock.
go on my socials, so it can be
That's
pop
right.
up at
Yeah,
any time. So
22nd of
yes,
November, 2025.
yeah.
So if you're watching this in 2026, you missed out. But anyway.
Right. Have you picked a place to go for your next year's live yet? For a live event?
Um, I put down London actually,
Oh, did you?
because I did, yes, because I'm in Sydney this time, but I have, obviously I'm from the UK originally, so I've put London, and I'm available for others if there's spaces, but
Right.
I
That's
think
the way I am. I only picked two because I didn't want to be greedy.
I'm available. But I think the key thing is that there's a lot more events next year, different places, and it's there's more and more people, coming on board to tell their story. So at the end of the day, it's going to give plenty of opportunity for people who, come in new or in the next few months. There's going to be space for those people to speak at the events, because there are a lot more next year,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to be fabulous. So yeah,
Okay.
hopefully I'll get a few more in than that.
I'm
But yeah,
excited. I picked Florida and Dublin to start because the Dublin one, I have a TikTok follower that I said one day we are going to meet, and she lives there.
perfect.
And my parents are going to be going to England in that time frame, and it's only a 2-hour flight from there. So I thought, okay,
Yeah,
and then Florida's easy. It's not far. Like, well, I'll be down in Florida in February, I'm sure. So that's just easy. I
okay,
really was excited about LA in February because it's actually on my birthday, February 21st. But then they changed it with Florida. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't make the January LA. But, anyways, hopefully I get to one of them or a whole bunch. I don't know. We'll see.
yeah. It's a bit of a challenge when you're in Australia, because anywhere is a long way away,
Right? It's a 30-hour flight wherever you want to go, isn't it?
Unless he wants to throw one in Bali for me, that would be
Oh,
nice.
oh, I would like to come to that one too. I might stick
Maybe
around for a while.
maybe we can work on it. We can do a yoga retreat in Bali. Start over yoga retreat in Bali.
That would
We'll,
be
we'll
like, there we
watch this
go. Another
space.
thing. That's great. I hopefully Marco watches this.
Yes, yes, yes. So, and for people watching this, that's what I do now. I'm a clinical nutritionist and yoga therapist, and I work with people to support them through burnout recovery predominantly, but holistic health. So, yeah.
And I'm a client, and I say that she's amazing. I'm
Oh,
so
thank
excited
you.
about my new way of eating. I'm actually going to do some cooking shows too. I've just been I found this week every time I ate was a rush, and some of the meals I really want to make, I missed a couple of the key ingredients when I was grocery shopping. Because when you change the entire way that you eat, like going from like eating keto to this total different way, you got to buy a lot of groceries. So I missed out on a couple of key ingredients. So once I get them, then I'm going to do some cooking shows because I like to entertain on my socials, not just do readings. And it's fun and talk about menopause or whatever I decided to talk about that day.
We can do some together if you like.
Go, that would be fun.
Yeah,
I like
you
that.
cook, and we'll chat.
Well, I'm like, I got to be able to do this as simply because if I'm conversing, if I'm talking with people, I got to be able to pay attention to, talk and do the thing that I've not done before. If it's a new recipe, it might be a little challenging.
Yeah, amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. All right,
Okay.
well,
This was a good call. This was a good call. I'm glad that, or live, or whatever we call this.
alive, yeah,
But good
yeah.
luck in Sydney. I'm sure we'll be talking
Thank
this
you.
week before you go, but I'm really excited for you and I can't wait to see the videos and everything that comes out of that.
Yeah, amazing. And I'm be working on my talk, my presentation today. So
That's
need to get that
exciting.
finished and make sure it's exactly what I want it to be. So yeah,
That's
amazing. Um,
perfect. And then we're just putting the book up again for the start
it's
over movement.
lovely to see you again, Denise. Take care. Have
Yes,
a
you too. All right. Thank you
have
for
a
joining
lovely
me.
rest of the weekend.
You too. Talk to you later. Bye bye.
Bye.